Hi, all you SPMEs out there. So today's question has 3 answers, and the third answer is a secret you're going to want to stick around for because it can save you a lot of frustration other people have had with self-publishing and some of the options available. So the question that was sent in today is, what is the self-publishing definition? So if somebody is trying to figure out what exactly is the difference between self-publishing or traditional publishing, or maybe there's some hybrid options available, and it becomes a little bit unclear. But before I get into that, this is Chris Baird from selfpublishingmadeeasynow.com, where self-publishing doesn't have to be so hard. Click the subscribe bell if you'd like for me to make more videos like this one, and check below in the description and you'll find my free self-publishing checklist to help you get started today on your self-publishing journey. So, what is the self-publishing definition? Well, when I first got started, I had understood that there was, you had self-publishing where you sort of do it yourself, right? And then you had traditional publishing where I would send it in to somebody and then they would a company, they would do all the work and they would then publish the thing underneath their label. And I would get paid maybe in advance or something along those lines. But that was when I was first getting started. So there really wasn't a question. I didn't have too much of a question about this one. I saw a lot of people were asking questions like, well, if I self-publish, am I really an author? How many copies do I need to sell to be a real author? This seemed to be an issue that a lot of people were caught up in. But for me, I was just interested in self-publishing, which as I understood at the time was just, put out a book and you're good to go. Since then, I've discovered that it's a little more complex. So what is the self-publishing definition? The answer is anything that doesn't go through a traditional publisher. So if there's no gatekeeper, really, in other words, you can pay somebody some money and they will put a book out for you, that is self-publishing if you're just going to do all the tasks yourself. And the second one is there's different options regarding self-publishing. So for example, you can do every single task yourself. You can make the cover yourself. You can write the book yourself. You can write the description, the meta tagging, you can put in the keywords yourself. You can run the marketing yourself. You can do every aspect of the entire job yourself, and that is definitely self-publishing. Maybe it's the most extreme form. And maybe for me, when I got started, that was sort of along the lines where I was starting as well. I was doing everything myself, which wasn't such a bad idea because it taught me the skills that were necessary in order to succeed at self-publishing. But then you have the second one, which is as the money starts to come in, you can pay people to do each of the steps. You can pay people to help putting the book together and formatting it. You can pay people to write the book, ghostwriters, because you find like certain topics make a lot of money, but you don't have the time to write these 20,000 word books. And so you can find authors who will go about writing them for you. In addition, you can pay people to do the cover for you. You can pay people to write the description and to figure out what the keywords you should be targeting, to do the ads. There's all sorts of things. You can pay people to take each of those steps, and you take the steps that you feel comfortable with. And so I've done this over the years where I've handed over a lot of the tasks to other people since the money starts to come in, and then you have an excess of money that you're able to pay other people to do those tasks. And the final thing is you can also, with self-publishing, you can pay a company to do the entire job. That is to say, you can literally talk to somebody and they will write down what you say and create a book out of it, market it, and do all of the steps. But today's secret sort of gets into that final option, the pay somebody else to do the entire job for you. And I just want to give you a warning from lots of self-publishers who are out there, and they would say, be very careful with companies that will do it all for you. You pay them a fee and then they do it all, but there's a catch. And there's always a catch with these sorts of things. And I'm not speaking of every company out there that does it. I'm just speaking of the people I've been in touch with who have tried these services. You think, look, I don't have any time. I need to get a book out. I'm just going to pay somebody to take all of the work from beginning to end and get the book on the market. And so what happens is they sell you with one fee, but then they have all of these upgrades you can do for each and every step, right? And so far, so good-ish, because you're starting to be pulled in now at this point, right? The cost is starting to go up on you. Then the next thing you discover is they want to own the rights to the books, so that even after all of this work, you don't even own the book itself. You give them all the ideas. You maybe even wrote the basic manuscript, but they own the rights to the book. So you don't get to even see how many copies they're selling in these things. They control the rights to those books. This is really brutal. And the final thing is, if there's changes to be made or they find issues, without even doing upsells to you, they can actually then say, you have to pay us another $500, another $1,000 to fix this issue or fix that issue, or, oh wow, it's not selling as we thought it would because you're not running right ads, but that's going to cost you $500 here, $1,000 there. And before you know it, you could have sunk $15,000, $20,000 into a project for which it isn't even giving you any money back. You don't even own the rights to your own book, and you really didn't learn anything in the process. And this is the reason why my secret answer of the day is to tell you, you need to be very careful when going down this route. I'm telling you, it's better to pay people to do each of the steps and you upload the book so you control the rights of this book. You can pay people to do all of the steps, and if you don't like something, you can ask them to fix it without, and many times you can actually have them fix it without charging you additional fee if there's a problem. But by you owning the rights to everything, even the formatting is done by, you can pay people to find people to do that, virtual assistants to do the formatting. But doing it on your platform, I have them do it on Uto, and then I can go back and make the corrections if mistakes are found at a later time. But usually if the editing's done correctly, we really aren't going to find those mistakes later. And so this is just a little bit of the things that I found regarding this definition of self-publishing. But you have to remember, it really comes back to, it's anytime you're not going through a traditional publisher, it's going to be self-publishing. So what is the self-publishing definition? What have you found? Go ahead and let me know below in the comments. I'd love to hear if you found maybe a slight variation on that definition, or maybe you've had some different experiences than I've had and the people I've been exposed to have had regarding self-publishing. So just let me know below in the comments, and check up above me here for more answers to your self-publishing questions. Thanks.